scene, we're going to talk about Staph epidermidis and Staph saprophyticus. I had a scene where I had Staph epidermidis over here racing Staph saprophyticus. Staph epidermidis had gotten into his car with his prosthetic arm, and the IV catheter persistently stuck in his arm passed by Staph saprophyticus, catching her attention as she proceeded to race with him, and the cat licking the urine on the ace for urease eventually caught up with them. But the truth is, all we need is this end scene picture over here to remember all the features of Staph epidermidis and Staph saprophyticus that we need to remember. And the reason why we have them in the same scene is because they share different features. Let's talk about them. So we see over here that Staph epidermidis and Staph saprophyticus are purple, and thus they stain purple in Gram staining, and this is due to their thick peptidoglycan wall. And if you recall from Staph aureus, staph means a cluster, because Staph epidermidis and Staph saprophyticus, just like Staph aureus, grow in clusters, as we see in the Gram stain over here. And the cat racing reminds us that they're both catalase positive, and the urine on the ace for urease reminds us that they're both urease positive. Now, in the hospital, we often refer to these bacteria as the coagulase negative staph, because in contrast to Staph aureus, which is coagulase positive, these pathogens are coagulase negative, and that's why we don't see any jello in this scene. Jello was for coagulase, and here we don't see any jello because, again, these pathogens are coagulase negative. Now, in this scene, we identified Staph epidermidis by the epidermis model that this guy had on top of his car attached to the staph, and Staph saprophyticus for the super fat kiss on top of the staph. Staph super fat kiss for Staph saprophyticus. And by Staph epidermidis, we recognized again his prosthetic arm and his IV catheter, as Staph epidermidis is associated with prosthetic limbs. It causes skin infections by prosthetic limbs, and it's also associated with long-term use of IV catheters. Whereas with saprophyticus, well, first of all, we see that she's specifically a female, and we also see that she has her urinary tract that's infected for urinary tract infection, as Staph saprophyticus causes UTI in females, and specifically in those who are sexually active. Young sexually active females get UTI from Staph saprophyticus, but it's actually not the most common cause of UTI even in this population, as E. coli is the most common cause of UTI, but Staph saprophyticus in sexually active females takes second place. And just as an aside, this UTI can be treated with certain medications such as nitrofurantoin, but TMP-SMX is an alternative. Now, as a final word, in our scene, the race ended when Staph saprophyticus shot the bison, who is actually a navy blue bison, and she used her resistor to do it. This metal resistor over here apparently could shoot out bullets or something. Anyway, she used her resistor to shoot the navy blue bison. Navy blue bison for novobiacin, and the resistor for resistant, as Staph saprophyticus is novobiacin resistant. And this is how we differentiate Staph saprophyticus from Staph epidermidis. Alright, so that's basically it for the scene. Again, saprophyticus and epidermidis are both gram-positive cocci that grow in clusters. They're both catalase positive but coagulase negative. They're both urease positive, and whereas Staph epidermidis infects prosthetic limbs and IV catheters, Staph saprophyticus causes UTI in sexually active females. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the scene on saprophyticus and epidermidis. Take care.